Wow, I'm glad I padded my resume there a little bit. No, it's huge. I'm not speechless. If some of you watch in the mornings on Global, I'm definitely not speechless when it comes to weather, especially. Maybe a bit here today. It's so exciting. And first of all, I do want to acknowledge all of you here today, and especially Chancellor Dr. Nancy Green-Rain, President and Vice Chancellor Dr. Kathleen Scherf, and the Platform Party, graduates, of course, and parents and friends and guests. First of all, I apologize for the heat. Although it could be a thunderstorm and violent winds, so this is not so bad, let's face it. And I love talking weather so much. I'll tell you, we could even be hotter today than this. The air, and I won't go into detail on this, but we're getting a gentle flow aloft from the northwest. What that's doing is steering in the smoke, unfortunately, but it's also keeping us from being 38. We could easily be 38 instead of 34, so there you go. There's a silver lining. The map of Canada behind me would be a good idea, and bear in mind, I may do this from time to time as I'm talking to you, referring to the graphics in behind. And I know what you're probably thinking, how can we make Madryga a doctor when his 5-day forecast usually goes bust after 5 hours? But I love what I do, and thank you so much again. It's a huge thrill. There's no doubt about it. This is my hometown. I was born and raised, and you've heard the many things about my past, and I was born here in Kamloops in 1963. Proudly a member here, a student of Caribou College in those days, in the early 80s. And as was mentioned, it took me 3 years to do 2. The reason for that, I did 3 years here at Caribou College then because I didn't want to leave, to be perfectly honest with you. I did 2 years of university transfer and thought, you know, I love it here. This is great. I don't want to leave Kamloops yet, but I did the following year, and everything worked out just fine. But grads, I encourage you to not take that extra year, and if you don't have to. This is the greatest city on earth, and I love it here. Just to come back here and visit and be part of the city of Kamloops and to visit Thompson Rivers University is a huge thrill in itself. Obviously, this makes it one of the greatest, if not the greatest day of my life, to be perfectly honest. So thank you again. And I truly mean that. I truly mean that. And it is especially exciting to be recognized here in front of such an elite group. You, the graduates, you've already accomplished so much in your short lives so far, and you should be extremely proud of yourselves and of each other for sure. And parents, you must be just beaming, parents and relatives and grandmas and grandpas and friends. The graduates are quite a group, an elite group. So much lies ahead for you, so much excitement in your time ahead. Through your careers, you're on your way to a new life of challenges and achievements and careers, and perhaps here you'll stay in this wonderful community, perhaps you'll go somewhere else, anywhere on the globe, and follow your dreams for sure. Your successes ahead will be a direct result of hard work and continued hard work, but you may just be in the right place at the right time at times, which is okay too. And I think I was in the right place at the right time as well back in '94, being a forecaster with Environment Canada and then getting a chance to do the television and radio work that I'm so fond of right now, talking about the weather on TV and radio. I was just in the right place at the right time, and that worked out very well. So you'll have a little luck, and you'll also have a lot of hard work that you'll do to make your successes. I should mention here that I usually, I've written a few notes here, and I just have a little more. I know it's hot. I just want to see a few more words. I actually did them by hand because I brought a few words up from Vancouver, and the font was too small, and I couldn't read it. But I wrote it, and you might think this is kind of funny. I wrote it on the back here, and these are all the record temperatures for the last 3 days. I had this here, and that's all I had for paper, so always thinking weather. You may have a few hiccups along the way in your lives, and not to be in a downer, but it's all part of it. There may be a few hiccups, maybe a few small failures as you succeed, poor performances or stress. And the only reason I mention that is it's normal. Never dwell on those. Always learn from them. Move on and adjust and just make yourself stronger and wiser. Personally, I had an interview with Environment Canada following, again, I was here for 3 years and then University of BC for a couple, graduated in '86, and an interview with Environment Canada as a meteorologist. Not stellar. Didn't prepare well enough. But I think the board that was interviewing me saw the sparkle in my eye about weather, because I have been keen on weather growing up in Kamloops since age 10. And a few names, and you may know these ex-weather forecasters that worked at the Kamloops Weather Office. They were my heroes as growing up. Walter Freimeyer, Bob Duffy, Paul Robertson, Brian Jensen, Al Bodnarek, and those names, I think that many of them are still in the community. Those are my absolute heroes. Guy Lafleur as well. But, I don't want to go back too far. Jean Beliveau? Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, I wasn't totally prepared for my interview, and that's not something I recommend. It worked out in my case because I was so keen on something I was getting into. But just a few pointers here for you. Not that I followed them all my lives, but preparation, paramount. As you go through life, in all situations, big or small. Focus on your strengths, grads, to make yourself an expert. Try to make yourself an expert or something like an expert in your field of study. Be someone that others will run to and want to get close to for knowledge. And I'm not saying I'm there. I'd love to be there. I'm still learning. I still learn all about weather and my job, and it's a day-to-day process all through your lives. But strive to be marketable. I think that's important. In demand. You'll be really excited and satisfied in a career and a future. Diversify, though. Don't just focus on one thing. I think I focus a little too much on well, I guess you've read the charity things I do as well, but I'm weather all the time, morning, noon, and night. Diversify if you can, and I'm still trying to do that. Branch out in as many directions, grads, as you can. Without conceding that central strength that you'll have. I'm thinking socially, professionally, and even physically. And strengthen your community. And mentioned were things that I do in the community, including Kamloops now, and also down on the Lower Mainland where I live. And I do a small part, really, for charity work. I really do, and I think it's so important. It's one of the most satisfying things you'll do is to help others in your community, including what I do with the grade 4 kids, because they study weather in grade 4. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to a school tomorrow in Westside, David Thompson Elementary, to chat with the grade 4s before the year ends. So the clincher here, strive to find that perfect balance. I know it's a lot, but try to find the perfect balance in life and in your careers. Don't dilute yourselves, and don't burn out. I've been close. Don't take on too much. Find that balance, and everything will be great. And I'm really proud of all of you here today. Maintain your friendships. Remain connected to those who have worked so hard right along with you, your family, your close friends, fellow graduates who are here with you today. You're all on your way to exceptional futures, and like me today, you will fondly reminisce about your years here at this wonderful university. Thank you so much, Thompson Rivers University, for acknowledging me. Graduates, congratulations. Thank you, everyone.